Converting mixed numbers to improper fractions. So if you remember, there are two ways to do this, so I want to do them both ways. We're going to talk about the way that really builds understanding versus the efficient way once we understand what we're doing. So if I look at this first one, 2 1/3. 2 1/3 is really 2 plus 1/3. And this 2 is really 1 plus 1. So I'll write 1 plus 1 plus 1/3. Now, the denominator of my fraction is 3. So that means that every whole has to be divided into 3 pieces. So this whole right here, I want to rewrite as 3/3 plus this whole right here I also want to write as 3/3 plus I have my 1/3. Now we know that when we're adding fractions, the like denominator stays the same. So we just say 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. So we get 7/3. Moving on to the next one, it says 4 3/5. Well, 4 I can write as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. Plus my fraction portion, 3/5. Now, when we look at the denominator of the fraction, it's 5. So each whole is divided into 5 pieces. So this first one I will write as 5/5, because 5/5 is 1, plus 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5. So that's my 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus my fraction, which is 3/5. Now we know that all the denominators are the same, so my denominator is 5. And I go 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20, and 20 plus 3 is 23. So we have 23/5. Now, this is the way that really builds an understanding. We can see exactly why 4 3/5 can be converted into 23/5, for instance. But if we have one like our third example, 20 3/4, we don't want to have to write out 1 plus 1 plus 1 20 times. So we want a more efficient way of doing it. And what we can see is that if we take the whole number, let's go back to our first one, 2 1/3. If we take our whole number, 2, multiply that by our denominator of 3, 2 plus 3 is 6. And then we add to that our numerator of 1. And 6 plus 1 is 7. So we get 7/3, which is the exact same answer when we did it the longer way. If we do that for our second one, 4 3/5, we would say 4 times 5 is 20, plus our numerator of 3 over 5. And 20 plus 3 is 23, so we get 23/5, which is the exact same answer we got before. So now that we know that we have a more efficient way of doing things, for our third one, we can just say 20 times 4, so 20 times 4 is 80, plus our denominator of 3, all over our numerator of 3, all over our denominator of 4. And then 80 plus 3 is 83 over 4. So that means that 20 3/4 is equivalent to 83/4.